Hello and welcome to another VoD review. It is the math to your ematics here with another VoD, and we're going to be watching as we can see, Raise on Plat 2 on Ascent. Now he says he usually plays Sova and he's been playing a little bit of Raise, so we're just going to see what he does right, what he does wrong, and basically everything in between. So let's get started with this round. Pistol round, we're on attack side.
Let's go.
Obviously the quality is obviously not superb, but it's not the worst thing we've seen so far. Oh boy. Okay, so armor, boombot, satchel, it's fine. Here.
Astro work. What? Close. Oh, y'all dead, boy. Y'all fucking tough.
So this is just like an unlucky round. Like we just look at this, you jump out, you clear right, you get shot on the side of the head. Nothing much you can do there. I mean, the only thing that maybe changes is maybe you, instead of like boom botting in the beginning, maybe you satchel out to get out quickly, right? Because if you can get good at your satchels, like you can literally get somewhere really quick and really far in a really short amount of time, and it gets really scary for the other team, especially in these low levels. So most of the times they can't really react too well to that kind of stuff. But anyways, let's skip to the next round here. 4, and you guys won that round, thankfully. Now boombotting here. Do you really need to boombot here? Usually no. Okay, so you usually don't have to boombot in the beginning here, because usually when you peek, they're either posted up, or you'll catch them as they try to get into the corner if you're fast enough. Now if you walk, right, if you walk this entire way, they can't get into the corner. That's all you have to worry about. So it just really depends on how you play this. So you're throwing it just to clear out the entrance, which is fine. I mean, it's okay if they're rushing you. Yeah, you might be able to hear a lot, but like we know there's two there. You don't really see a lot of rushes, like a lot of stack rushes in Valorant as compared to Counter-Strike. So I don't know if it's really worth it too much, especially in this bracket. I wouldn't see too many. Maybe in a higher level, you might see like a 5-man rush somewhere, but very rarely on defense you see that. Now, let's see your crosshair placement. I want to say it's a little too high, and yes, it was. Now let's just go back a little bit to when we get here. Like head level is going to be like around right here, right? Like once you get really good at seeing and detecting where the head level is at, you kind of have a good intuition on where it is. But right now, it doesn't seem you've developed that habit, and you haven't developed that kind of game sense on where it's at. So you'll see here, right? And let me just slow it down so we can see really well, like how far above you're aiming when this killjoy peaks. Boom, boom, and then look at this. We are clearly about, like a third of an inch above where the head is, maybe a half inch. And because of this, instead of you being, if you were right here where my mouse is at, instead of up here, see now you have to go diagonal, and you're going slightly longer. You have to do a slightly longer flick than you would have to. While it's not that much compared to if you were down here, right? A left to right flick is a lot easier than a diagonal flick, right? A straight down flick is a lot easier than a diagonal pick as well. But I would definitely always prefer a side left to right, flick than an up and down, and then I would prefer an up and down over a diagonal any day. That's kind of the order of how I would want that. But anyways, we want to be at head level consistently. Okay, that way when we do have to flick, it's very minimal, and we don't have to, we're already at the head, so that if we have to instantly react, we don't have to worry about going up, down, left, right too far. Okay, and then anyways, we see what happens here. Let's speed it back up to normal speed. Honestly, if you're aiming head there, maybe if you select a little bit better, you might have got that kill. We don't know.
What? Come on, dude. Fuck.
And because, again, we get to the corner late, like I said, if you do not get up and rush it right away, they could be into that corner. And as we see that Killjoy was baiting for the jet.
Wait, Jet's close. Jet's close.
So let's actually skip. You guys lost that round. Classic Platinums not capitalizing on those secondary rounds. Okay, you are a duelist, right? You are a duelist. So that means you are going to be an entry. Sure, you have 3 duelists, which is cool. Most comps you'll see in higher elo will have 3 duelists. You cannot be back here. Like, like the brim should not be in front of you. You should be grouped up with these guys right here, be able to run in and be able to trade. If you're not going to be the first man in, you have to be second or third, and you have to be willing to trade the first man in when he gets in there. As well as, like I said, satcheling in too. If your jet dashes you, satchel in behind him or like right next to him, it's really, really good, really strong. It confuses the enemies, especially in these lower brackets. They have very bad decision making skills, and they won't, be entirely sure who they want to try to kill sometimes.
On this tree.
There's a molly there. You take 75 damage. And now you kind of just like lost it. Yeah, definitely could tell like you're a Sova player. Usually Sova players will just throw their darts and kind of just chill back. They don't really need to get into the site and clear out the site. But as a duelist, you need to get in there. You need to clear site, and you need to eventually like establish the site control. Because you have a really good kit to defend.
Oh god, he's the door. Wow. He's still door.
Unlucky. If that third shot wasn't or one of the shots wasn't the leg shot, you probably killed that guy. So you instantly see, like, you see this dart come over, you should be instantly trying to destroy this dart, right? A lot of things, if anyone's ever watching this that's ever watched any of my previous videos, like I say this all the time, people in lower brackets, they just don't love to shoot the shit, right? They don't love to shoot darts, drones, Reyna eyes, boom bots, like all that good shit. They feel like by not shooting it, they like don't want to give up their position, but it doesn't really matter because they're going to clear out everything anyways because they know you could not be shooting it from a certain angle.
Yo, can you help me, please?
So I actually want to go back to that. So let's kind of slow this down and let's just kind of analyze your aim a little bit more here. So again, we come to a crosshair placement kind of thing. Your teammate's on site. You probably don't have to put your crosshair anywhere in your sight. The only thing he could be at is like maybe behind Jenny or Hell, and you're not going to see him from these spots anyways unless he peeks out from the left side here. So when we come around, right, you should be focused on heaven. Now let's look at your crosshair. Look how low you're aiming to where their heads are probably going to be at, and you're going to see this in a second.
Yo, can you help?
You flick over. Now it looks like your crosshair, again, because of pretty poor quality. I wish we could zoom in on this, but we can't. You're kind of close to head on this one, right? And it looks like you hit him 3 times. Yeah, you do hit him 3 times. And again, it's just unlucky. Like maybe slightly better spray control there might make a difference. But like again, your crosshair placement, like you bring it down for some reason when all you have to focus on is heaven. You see him? Boom. So that first shot was on him, but then the second shot was obviously off. Second shot hit, third shot hit, and then your fourth one was a little too high. You had to bring it down a little bit more. And then when you are bursting like this, you have to remember, when you burst, you have to, in between bursts, right, you have to make sure that gap is long enough so your spray can reset, so your bullets are somewhat accurate when you burst again. When you burst too quickly, in between bursts, if you don't wait as long, it's going to end up like this, where your bullets are going to eventually go up above them or off to the side somewhere. And that's why you don't really get this kill. 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom. On to the next round. 2-2. It's not the end of the world. You guys were able to win that. You're looking for the dart. The dart landed down here last time. If you paid attention to it.
Push up, please.
Yes, and this Brim is right. If you guys are trying to hit A, right, and for some reason you and your Reyna are chilling back, like you're just like lurking. I don't know why, but you see that a lot in lower levels. People don't like play their roles properly, but you need to be able to play your role because we want to get you better and prepare you for when you play in a higher elo. So you get in. Again, this crosshair, like you're like in between heaven and clearing hell, like you just don't know where your crosshair is at for some reason. And because of that, like you're probably gonna miss out on a lot of kills. Honestly, util usage as well. Like sometimes, like holding onto your nade, right, until like a little bit until they, I would say, get closer to retaking instead of just throwing. Like you hear someone like heaven, right, but it's probably like one person. They all have to rotate over. Like until you start seeing them throw util to start retaking, right, then that's when you want to throw counter util. Kind of throwing it right now, Literally, okay, maybe you get like a pick because maybe someone's like really, really low. But again, it's not going to do much, right? Like if you maybe hold onto your grenade for like maybe another like 5, 10, 15 seconds, once they all start grouping up and they all prepare to start, retaking the site, then throwing a nade up there, you could probably get a lot more damage off.
I'll have an garden.
So like right now, right? Like they throw a rain of flash in. That rain of flash should be kind of an indicator that they want to start retaking, right? If you threw like a nade right then, you might slow them down and throw off their timing for the retakes. Like, because for instance, in a higher elo, what they'll try to do is coordinate coming through door and coming out of heaven, right? So if this guy throws a flash, you throw a nade, you delay him by like a second. If the door guys come in first, right? Then they'll probably die, like your teammates would be like, hey, I'm nading heaven, like watch out for doors, right? And your teammates kill the guy's doors. The door guys on their team are gonna be like, why didn't you guys come out heaven? And then they'll have to explain like, oh, we got naded off, we couldn't push through the nade, right? That's kind of how you use counter util to slow down pushes on offense and defense. To the right, good kill. That guy's dead. One more heaven, both heaven.
Nice. Bitch!
Again, could be in the corner. Could be in the corner. We have to be careful about that. Your jet cleared it though, so you're fine. Your teammates need to learn that you can't spam with the Vandal at that wall, because it has medium penetration compared to a share. Oh, there's no way you're pushing in here for eco kills. I don't know why. Like, they're on a ship buy, right? Like, we know they're on a ship buy. We hear their sheriffs, and you're pushing in through a smoke. And if you possibly die here, you give them a free gun, which they can potentially win the round with because they have a Brim ulti to clear out sight. Like, you see how bad this could be for your team if you were to die here, make it a 4-on-4, they get a gun, and the Brim has ulti still, and you don't kill anyone. Like, this is just like a really bad play, a really bad habit. You can't be doing this. Like, it's a pug, right? It's a matchmaking game, so like, yeah, you can do this, right? It's like not against the rules, right? But like, if you want to try to practice good habits and you want to try to get better as a player, you can't be doing this too much. Like, sure, you see a lot of pro players like do this kind of shit, but that's because they're hunting for frags. Again, like, I don't like your crosshair. Like, why are you looking here? If you're scared about this guy, put your crosshair maybe like right here, right, for the wide swing. This is either you're holding it out here because your reaction time is like really, really slow, to whereas you probably shouldn't be playing a duelist because you really need quick reaction times in order to entry into the site. Or this just tells me, bad crosshair placement. But I don't think you have really slow reaction times from what I've seen so far. It's just inconsistent flicks and poor crosshair placement.
Fish in a barrel.
6. Go in, nade cat, very typical standard nade, just to push him back. Maybe get a little bit deeper there, just so it goes like near the entrance. But also, like, when you nade that, right, like, you push in, you don't see anything moving, reacting to the nades, like, that's your time to like push out, right? You throw that nade to make sure they're not peeking cat in order for you to get out tiles and focus more on mid. But so, like, you throw that nade, do nothing with it, like, you're literally still in point A, right? You haven't, like, taken one step forward. You literally threw that nade. It was literally just a waste of a nade. You could have saved it for, like, right now before you want to push out or something like that, right? So, again, use your utility, like, with a purpose. Like, let there be a purpose to your utility. Otherwise, you're just throwing it just to throw it.
I'm so bad!
Kill from the guy. Tiles, unlucky. Good kill. You guys, generator. You don't hear that guy shooting? This either tells me that you like need a better headset, or you need to start paying attention more to like what's going on around you, because you heard that guy fucking shoot your teammate from generator, and you also saw him after you shot your rockets. So like the back of his body for like a millisecond. 1, 2, 3.
I just play defaults. I don't think rushing is really working. Push up mid. Push up mid.
Almost covered. Guarding? Watch out, Silver.
Go, 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 go. Please push in.
93 on Reyna.
Okay, never mind.
Ceiling.
All right, this is a good decision. Okay, this was looked like a good decision, but then it turned into like this. You shouldn't be doing this. You already got your pick. You already did your job. You scared this Brim. He's probably gonna stay A, right? 90% of the time, he's gonna stay A because you're there. Especially in this lower bracket, I would say 95% of the time after you get that kill on that killjoy, he's just gonna stay there, right? So what you should have done is what, like, you fall back to reload. You should just fall back all the way, grouped up with your teammates, and taken this 4v2 that's gonna be towards B/mid. Now, you could come here if you're really feeling real cocky, right? And feel like your aim's really crisp right now. You come take this battle, but again, like, probably shouldn't. Like I said, you die, make it a 3-on-2. It could have been a 3-on-3 if the killjoy or whoever the fuck over there didn't die. But like I said, right? Like, we went to practice better decision making, and that should be your better decision to make there. Like, cause you have to respect. Like, he has to respect that you're there now.
Push, push.
Cat. She has an AUG. Now she does.
Ooh, kind of scary. So we know that guy's there. Killjoy's ulti, and this is actually a really bad Killjoy ulti by the this guy. Like, he put it in this corner. So again, this is just tells you you're playing in a low elo game. If this was like high level Killjoy, she would ulti in this corner right here on the minimap, and she would come right here, throw a molly for this cubby right here where you're at. So you know he dashed forward. You should have calmed to your team. I don't know if you. I don't think you have comms, but like, you should have calmed to your teammate. Hey, there's a jet flanking. Like, be careful when you run in back here. Unlucky. And again, like, if we would have had better crosshair placement right here, like, if you pre-aim correctly, you can, like, you don't have to counter strafe in this game, but if you counter strafe properly as well, right, you'll see, like, boom, like, look, again, your crosshair, like, you don't know where bomb's at, and you're aiming way too low. Boom. Even if he was crouched down defusing the bomb, you were still, like, slightly too low. You weren't going to kill that guy. So, again, just the importance of crosshair placement. I just want to emphasize it. Oh, they're playing 5v4. Okay. Should be an easy round. Like, the way you guys lose this round is if you guys, like, give them free picks without getting trades.
I'll dash in. Someone trade. Heaven?
God, what the fuck? What are y'all watching?
Oof,
Get up.
Heaven?
Close the
go check
door,
flank.
please.
Get low. Check flank. 5v3.
Get up. God, what the fuck? What are y'all watching?
Reacted. It took you way too long to react here. Like how long it took for you to oh, did you see this line? Like, you gotta instantly react to this guy, and you, like, hesitate for a second trying to line up the shot. You can't take this long to line up these shots. You have to be quicker on this. Could be in the corner. Oh, unlucky. That's just unlucky. Okay, you guys don't have this. Oh, actually, your Sova should be playing towards B. You should probably be playing towards A. Your Reyna's fine, Cat, and then your Jet should probably be mid because your Jet should probably be opping. So this is like something I also see in lower brackets. People don't know where, like, their heroes are supposed to be good at. Their agents, right? Sova's great at holding B because he can get info with his darts. He can drone. He can shock dart to slow him down, right? He can also play back with good lineups. like with you, like you want to be taking battles, but you don't necessarily always need to be pushing in because you're a duelist. Like holding down the site's also very good and easy for the arrays because of the boom bot and the nades can really slow down a rush, which is why I think maybe you should be playing market instead and yourself would be anchoring. But like again, I digress. People like in this bracket don't know where the fuck with their agents at to utilize them perfectly. It's not the end of the world. It's still possible to do this well. It just gets very hard.
Some A. Top mid.
Wait, how'd you take damage? Let's see. Oh, you traded that guy. That guy walked up. Again, like you never know when people are gonna walk up. That's why like a Sova Dart there's better. And you probably should have boom botted in the beginning of the round too, like from the entrance, so you can see if anyone's there, instead of trying to throw it all the way back.
Yo, can you help me? Oh wait, y'all are low.
Like I don't even know why you threw this boom bot here. Actually, like what was the point? Like your teammate dies mid. Teammate's top mid. He sees 3 mid. The last 2 are mid, so there's no reason to throw this boom bot. This tells me you just have tunnel vision. You're like thinking like, oh, they could only be somewhere on site or something for some reason, but you don't look at the minimap when your teammates are like getting info for you.
KJ hit 50 each.
Like you should always be periodically checking your minimap, especially when your teammate's pushing mid like this. It's gonna be very hard for you to be walking around these corners because you die in one shot. You like walk around the corner, especially at a bad angle where they'll see you first because you're so close to the angles. You're gonna die 100% of the time, no matter what skill level you play at. You're literally 1 bullet to die. You're gonna die to the turret here. I can really fucking feel it. Yep. Like you should be throwing this like. Not from here to bounce off the wall. You should be throwing it from right where the jet's at towards the entrance so you can see if there's anyone there because they'll have to shoot it if they're pushing in. Otherwise, they have to be back. So again, it's just really bad. It's just like this is not how like you use your utility to like get early information. And like you're playing like you act like okay, your boombot like it's not even like a really good boombot that comes back here. It doesn't close the entrance side, so they could be walking in right now, right? And it could be close. And your crosshair placement again, like I don't know what you're staring at. Hold on, did they just bop you? Oh, you almost bopped that guy though.
Plant mode, come on.
One mid.
On site, on site. Oh my god.
You give that guy way too much respect. Either you gotta like, either just shoot him or just try to fucking get out of there, right? You're just a sitting duck right there waiting for this guy to peek you. You're asking to get fucking your ass handed to you.
Recon.
Okay, you guys won that.
It's a.
You should run.
Just not got fake play for replay.
Wait,
name.
heaven.
Last player standing.
Jet going on a fucking rampage. Just gotta hit your shots there in that last round. You know, it was a good nade, slows them down. The Jet dashes in. Just gotta hit that shot, right? Like, and that just comes down to practicing your aim. Like, I don't know why you're so like inclined to feel like you have to always bounce this boombot alpha wall to get a good angle, right? Sometimes just doing it in the beginning, they're not gonna be able to shoot you in the beginning of the round if you just come in, put it real quick, and then leave it, right? And if you're scared they're going to be walking up on you, then okay, yeah, I could see this. But, like, you shouldn't have this boombot out unless you're going to, like, don't hold it out the entire fucking time, right? Like, that's, like, you hold this boombot for some reason for, like, an hour, it feels like, every single time, when just pull it out when you think you need to. So you go around so we kind of go this quick.
In the smoke.
Got a stinger, got to reload that one bullet. Ha ha ha.
Spike plant.
You win these.
This guy's probably on site. You have to be careful. Like you don't have time to be like walking or like hard clearing, like or sorry, just like walking and like clearing these angles slowly. You need to go quick. You need to satchel fucking the bomb for mollies, and then you need to defuse to tap it. Yep, you hear mollies. Do you not do you not hear these mollies? Like, do you not hear like these mollies making this humming sound? And you lost. Lucky. And there's the other one. Yep. Like, dude, like, I don't know. Don't play with music, right? Like, you shouldn't be playing with music in the first place if you're trying to get better. Like,
Satchel out. Get out of my way.
the Jet's there, and Jet pushes into you. That's unlucky. You hate to see it, but that's what happens. You're playing with the shotgun. You probably want to play close because of the Rain of Flash. Like from here to like Jenny, it's gonna be kind of a hard kill. You probably have to crouch peek them to kill them. You also be careful of the Brim ulti. You need to be ready to get the fuck out of there if you have to. Like I would probably play Generator. Like yeah, you're just gonna get ultied. Like saw that coming from a mile away. You were in a really bad spot. Like with the shotgun, you were in a really bad spot. You should have just played close to the entrance, or fought for A main control with your boombot and your shit, and tried to get close to the A main entrance right here. Again, crosshair way too high.
Okay, thanks.
You hear one. I don't even like you hear one close. I have no clue why you bring out the boombot there. There's no reason to. You know they're gonna eventually peek you, or you can just easily peek them. Like you throw the boombot usually to force them back or to get information if they're there or not, right? So, but you know they're there, so there's no reason to throw the boombot. Just get caught with your pants down and you get fucking bopped in the fucking dome. And lost the game. And you know that's kind of how it goes, all right. So like obviously, like you said, right, you're a Sova main trying out Raze, but like this shows me that you have a lot you need to work on. So let's go. Let me just summarize it, you know, in either a couple points if I can. First one needs to be crosshair placement. You need to be able to aim correctly, right, at head level. You need to practice your flicks to make sure you know when you are flicking that you know you're not flicking too far. You're not, you know, you can hit those small flicks if they're pretty close in proximity to where your crosshair's at. The far flicks are kind of hard, right? Those comes with practice and muscle memory. So invest in aim labs, Kovacs, whatever you want, right, in order to practice and do some training exercises. Secondly, like util usage needs to be improved. Like the way you use your util, you're not really like, I'm fine with you using it, right, to like get information like on offense, right? A main, you use it to push him back. I'm fine with that, right? So you get the orb, that's cool. But when you hold on to your boombot like and just have it out or like use it in improper moments, you're just asking for a really, really, really bad time. And that's what we hate to see in higher levels. We'll be like, what the fuck are you doing, right? We'll be like, why are you doing that? Like, just either, like, you hear him close, just get ready to shoot him, or, like, don't throw that boombot at all, or fall back and throw the boombot to kind of scare him, maybe, but, like, you have to throw it from a safe spot. Like, throwing it there in, like, the danger zone, right, what I would call it, where they can easily peek you and kill you is, like, a really, really bad game-making decision. So yeah, I don't know. Like for the most part, I think those are like the two biggest things I would say you need to work on. I know I said a lot of things throughout this entire video. I hope you were taking notes. Otherwise, you might need to rewatch it and write down some of the other things I say. But yeah, so far, those are it. If you have any questions about what I said in general, please ask me whenever you have the time. I'm like, you know, I'm always available. If I don't respond right away, I'll eventually get to it. Just got to give me some time. Hit me up on Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Discord, fucking Valorant on the game, you know, if you could find me. But yeah, so I hope you learned something and have a great day.
Pokemon, Mega Evolution, Science, Cockfighting.
Really, man, wish that upon me. Blood in my dog, and I can't.